Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports with another football video, and today I'm talking about my NFC West predictions for the 2022 NFL season. I've been doing this series on the channel every year that I've had the channel. This is my 7th video in the series for this season. One more to go after this one. So I'm basically going to be going through every single game for the Seahawks, Niners, Cardinals, and Rams in this video. So let's get right into it. The first team I'm talking about today is the Seahawks. The Seahawks, I currently have winning one game this season. Now, my record predictions are subject to change before the season starts. There's still 2 more weeks until the season begins. But currently, I have the Seahawks winning one game. The Seahawks lost Russell Wilson last season. Geno Smith is currently looking to be the starting quarterback, although Drew Lock is also fighting for the position. Chris Carson retired, so Rashad Penny is the premier running back. Although he is very strong, Chris Carson was a very good running back for the Seahawks. And then DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are both still there, but and the defense has been horrendous the last few seasons. So with that horrendous defense and no Russell Wilson, I don't have a lot of I don't see the Seahawks doing a whole lot this year. I have them losing to the Broncos, the Niners, the Falcons, Lions, and Saints. The Lions game might be close, but I think that the Lions are going to have an uptick. I think that the Lions are going to do a lot better this year than last year, considering they were like 0-10 at one point in the season last year. I think that they started clicking towards the end of the year. Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown are going to have a good connection, and I think that they'll be able to beat Seattle on their passing game alone in that one. I have them losing to the Cardinals and the Chargers, and then the Giants is their next game where they can potentially get a win. I have them losing that game mostly because I think that Daniel Jones is good enough to get a few wins on the season, and I think that that's one of the only games that will be a easy game for Daniel Jones to win, simply because he won't need to do a whole lot. I think that the Giants' defense is going to be even better this year than it was last year, and last year it was pretty okay towards the end of the season, and I think that the Giants will win a pretty low-scoring game in that one, like maybe 21-17 or 21-14, but I think the Giants should be able to take that one home. The next 4 games are basically just like blowouts. The Cardinals, Bucks, Raiders, and Rams should have no business losing to the Seahawks next year. And then the Panthers and the Jets, the Jets, and the Niners are the only teams left that really have a chance of losing. I'm splitting them with the Niners. I think that the Niners will beat the Seahawks twice next year, but it is a tough division. This division's always one of the ones with the most upsets, with the most back and forth, and I think that because of that, the 49ers might take a loss in that one. For the 49ers, I have them going 9-8. I think that 10-7 or 11-6 are probably more likely records because I do think that they'll have some more upsets than I gave them. But I basically just said, who do I think that they're better than, and I did that. Bears and Seahawks, first 2 weeks, easy wins for the Niners. I have them losing to the Broncos and Rams in week 3 and 4, and then I have them beating the Panthers. The Broncos and the Rams are 2 of the strongest teams in the league, in my opinion. So I think that having them splitting with the Rams, I think that it's a little ambitious, but the Niners always play them very well. And last year, they beat them twice. They beat the Rams twice last season out of the 3 games that they played, which is very impressive considering the Rams won the Super Bowl. So I think that they'll definitely split with them. I have them beating the Falcons. I have them losing to Kansas City, and then obviously splitting with the Rams, and then I have them beating the Chargers. So I have them going 1-3 in the AFC West. I think the Niners are strong enough to go 2-2 in the AFC West, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to give them the Chargers game or the Raiders game, but I thought that the Chargers game was a better matchup for the Niners. I think that the Raiders' high-powered offense could be able to have a better chance of running away with the game than the Chargers do. And because it's closer to the end of the season, I think that the Raiders are going to be desperate to try and get into that playoff spot and try and make it out of the AFC West. And so because of that, I have the Raiders winning that one. I also think that the Niners will still be contending for the number 1 spot in their division at this point in the season, and I think that they'll play the Chargers very tough because of that, especially if they can pick up a game against the Broncos or the Kansas City. I have them losing to the Cardinals and Saints, and then beating Miami, losing to the Buccaneers, splitting with the Seahawks. Again, I think that they could very well beat them twice. At least it's more than likely they'll beat them twice, but I wanted to give Seattle at least one win. I have them beating the Washington Commanders. I have them losing to the Raiders, and I have them beating the Arizona Cardinals Week 17 to get a playoff spot as the 7th seed in the NFC. Not much else really to be said here. I think that the Niners have a pretty even schedule for their abilities. I think that there will be a lot of really good games, and we'll be able to see where they stand by the end of the season. They have a lot of games against teams that are pretty close to their level skill-wise. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I have the Cardinals going 10-7. I have them losing the first 2 weeks of the season and then winning 7 in a row. Much like last season when they won the first 7 games of the season, I had them winning the next 7 after the first 2. I have them losing to Kansas City and the Raiders for the first 2 weeks of the year. The Raiders game is a toss-up. I think that the Raiders have a slightly stronger team overall than the Cardinals do, although I have the Cardinals getting a better record. I think that the Raiders are slightly stronger. They just have a tougher schedule. And then the next few weeks after the Rams game, it's pretty easy for them. The Rams game, I have them splitting with the Rams. I have them winning in Arizona and the Rams winning in Los Angeles. But the Panthers, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Vikings, and the Seahawks should all be pretty easy matchups for Arizona. I have them beating the Saints, which I wasn't sure about. I think that the Saints are going to be stronger than the Cardinals this year. But I think that the momentum from the win streak is going to, and I think that I think the DeAndre Hopkins is back that week, right? Because that's after the 6-game suspension. I think that the first game Hopkins is back is going to give them a big boost and going to make them want to perform extremely well, want to make them get the ball to Hopkins, and I think that they're going to tear up the Saints' very strong and very impressive defense. After the win streak, I have them losing to the Rams, Rams starting the win streak, Rams ending the win streak, and then I have them beating the 49ers, losing to the Chargers, beating the Patriots, and then losing 3 of their last 4 to the Broncos, the Buccaneers, and the 49ers. I think splitting with the 49ers, again, is pretty fair. This division is extremely tough. They always play each other extremely hard. And then the Broncos, Bucs are 2 of the better teams in the league, and then the Falcons, I think, should be an easy win for them. Last but certainly not least, we have the Rams at 14-3. I have them losing 2 divisional matchups to the Cardinals and the 49ers, and then I have them losing to the Broncos. I think that the Broncos game is going to be interesting because Russell Wilson is going to be playing against the Rams. He has a pretty good record against the Rams in his career, even when the Rams had some of their better teams, and I think that that's going to aid his advantage. Bills, Chiefs, and Packers and Buccaneers, I have them beating all 4 of those teams. I think that the Rams are still the best team in the league. After making this video, I'm realizing I don't think that they're going to win all 4 of those games. I do think that they're the favorite in all 4 of those games, but I think that it's more than likely the Buccaneers or the Packers will upset them. I think that they can beat the Bills week 1. I think that they're going to want to show that they're still the Super Bowl champions week 1, beating the Bills. And generally speaking, the Rams have done well against Kansas City over the last few years. They've only really played 1 game, which was that insane game the year they made the Super Bowl against Kansas City when Patrick Mahomes was a rookie. But I think that I think that the Rams are a considerably stronger team than Kansas City going into the season because Kansas City lost Tyrann Mathieu on defense and because the Chiefs have lost Tyreek Hill on offense. So I think the Rams, Buccaneers, and Packers are going to be close NFC games, especially the Packers game because they're fighting for the 1 seed. But I think that overall the Rams are going to have a very strong season this year. So those are my predictions for the NFC West for the 2022 NFL season. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will be doing the NFC South video soon, and then I have a few more videos planned before the end of the season, including a power rankings, predicting every team's record, and NFC playoff chances. I may or may not do that one, I'm not sure. And then I'm going to continue with the Contender series. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.